Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and here we are back for our 5th Warriors of Chaos series. And we're going to be doing Festus, the Leechlord. Yes, the good old Nurgle legendary lord. So, yeah, there he is on the screen. Interesting look, but not something you'd unexpect from Nurgle. All right, what have we got in terms of the Lord? What's going to make him different? So far, we've done Archaon, we've done Kolek, we've done Prince Sigvad, and we've done Azazel. So please check out the series on those. So far, Kolek and Archaon have been the strongest. Without a doubt. The interesting thing for me here is Prince Sigvad and Azazel I kind of felt were weak, and a lot of that was down to the mark that's given to their units. So the mark of Nurgle should actually be quite strong for our infantry, so let's see how that pans out. But what have we got in that starting army? Well, we got Chaos Trolls. Well, we know how much I love Chaos Trolls, particularly when we make them armoured. We've got a Giant. Now, I haven't really used a Giant before, so it'll be interesting to see how the Giant does for us. I have seen Giants go down pretty quick when they come up against anti-large units. We're just going to have to be careful, I think, how we use him, but he could be really good at clearing through infantry, maybe even breaking through on sieges. We got Chaos Warriors of Nurgle, and we can see there that mark of Nurgle giving them the poison attacks. That's definitely going to be very useful. We got some undivided marauders, and we've also got some Chaos Warriors with great weapons, which are great for that armor piercing ability, but we will make them Nurgle as soon as possible. Vassals gain poison attacks and spread Nurgle corruption. Great. We can brew plagues, and we get plus 25 souls when plague is spread. Okay, very good. Plague duration is plus 3 turns. Okay, that's good as well, when the army's in province. And battle healing cap plus 25%, Lord's army. Okay, that's good. So far, looking like could be quite solid. Now, I don't think he's going to be a great fighter. Certainly not Archaon, Kolek, Valkyr, even Sigvald, who was great as a duelist. So I don't think this guy's going to be a great fighter, so it's going to be interesting to see how we use the Lord. Map-wise is my biggest concern. Festus starts in the middle of the Empire. We've got Hochland here, and we're expecting them to start a war with Hochland pretty quickly. We know we've got Reichland, and we've got, I think it's Malagor, is it? We've got the Beastman over here, but we've got lots of factions, lots of Empire factions over here. We've got the Vampire Counts aren't that far away. We've got Kislev here. We are pretty much surrounded on all sides, so this could be quite a tough start to the campaign. We'll see. We'll see if the position does make a difference. So far, all the other legendary lords have started in the Chaos Wastes or in Norska. So this is going to be the first one that starts surrounded by enemies, essentially of order, if you want to use that term, but essentially those Empire folks. But say we've got Kislev in there, we've got the Beastmen in there, and we've also got the Vampire Count. So this could be a tough start, but let's see. And 50 turns, no auto-resolve, normal campaign difficulty, normal battle difficulty. Let's get rolling. Festus, one of the legendary lords that came with the Warriors of Chaos DLC. You can see all 4 of them here, with Azazel, Village, and Valkyr. Personally, from a lore and model perspective, I love Valkyr. I spent a lot of time painting the model on the tabletop. Also love her lore. And I have to say, overall, Festus and Nurgle is my least liked faction in Chaos overall, but that would not bias me from how I feel about this faction. If you say in terms of the Chaos the 4 different factions, though, Nurgle is my least favourite, just from an aesthetic and lore point of view. Okay, here we go. We dive now into the campaign itself.
Despair, all ye realms, the Leechlord has come. The sad days of this world are nearing their sum.
Okay, well, there you go. As you can see, he's got a pretty cool he's got a pretty cool model overall with the vat on the back and the Nurglings and everything. That's pretty cool. He's obviously, this is a standard Warriors of Chaos army, so it uses the warband rules. And he's got a Scottish accent, which is also quite interesting. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought he'd have a Scottish accent? Now, if you've ever played a Karl Franz campaign, you'll be familiar with Festus, and you can see here, as we said, starting at war with Hochland. Right, so, okay, and we start with the Brass Keep, and what have we got? We've got ourselves an Exalted Hero. Fantastic. Why do we like Exalted Heroes? Exalted Heroes, I think, are the best hero that you can get at the beginning of a Warriors of Chaos campaign, because the training is critical for the warband, but you do want your Sorcerer as soon as possible as well. But let's get that Exalted Hero in there as well. Great. Right, then we should be able to make these guys Nurgle from the beginning. So let's give these guys some shields, and then this guy with great weapons. We're going to keep them with great weapons and make them Nurgle as well. And okay, that's good. So I'm going for the full Nurgle theme here. We are going to. I'm going to take the dogs earlier. Overall, I don't really like the Warhound unit as you move through the campaign, but early on they're great for running down enemy units and finishing them off very quickly. And there you go, got another another Marauder unit to make Nurgle there as well. Fantastic. So before we go to battle, Brass Keep, we want to upgrade it. So what I do want is I want this one, and we can't do any more now. This isn't the building that I want straight away, so I'm going to get rid of this one and free up to get other things. With the warband mechanics, it's less important. What I'd actually be looking to do is I want to get this building here to give me a Chaos Sorcerer, and I want to get the growth building. So that's what I'll be looking for. Okay, in terms of Gifts of Chaos, the one that we definitely want to start with is this one. Which is Missile Resistance and Shatterstone. It is just absolutely outstanding, so we are going to take that one. In terms of the Nurgle gifts, we're not going to start with anything right now. We've got Plague Bearers there, that could be interesting, along with some Nurglings. Growth per region plus 75 after winning a battle, that could be interesting as well. And this one here, Beast of Nurgle Nurglings, not at the moment. Right, Plague Cauldron. This is new, right? So Plague effects. This is specific. So we've got infections plus 5 when Plague is spread. We've got Nurgle Corruption plus 2. Plague effects on Nurgle armies minus 75% attrition, and Nurgle Authority plus 1. Plague effects on non-Nurgle armies is minus 15. Okay. This plague will infect the Brass Keep. Okay. Base plague. Okay, so you've got the different plagues here. So casualty replenishment plus 10. Now that's always good. Compare that to attrition. Infections plus 10 when plague is spread. Nurgle corruption growth is very nice. That's also growth. Souls gained and Nurgle Authority missile resistance. I think I definitely want this one. So that's a symptom slot. So we'll get symptoms off of this. A casualty replenishment, I think, is just very good. The growth is nice. There's no doubt the growth is nice, but I think we'll start with this one. What does this do? Right, infections cost 50. We've got 50. So I think let's try it. We've not done this. We've not played with this before. So concoct a plague to spread Nurgle corruption, boost your armies or weaken your enemies. Select base plague, add optional symptoms for further effects. Unlock new symptoms by spreading the base plagues. Plagues can teach a spread after being created. This will also count towards unlocking new symptoms. Okay, perfect. Right. So no, do you know what? I'm going to start with the growth. I'm going to start with growth. Nurgle corruption plus 4, growth plus 20, and infections plus 10. Let's start with that. It doesn't give any negative effects to non-Nurgle armies, but I do think in terms of getting us going, let's start with that one. There we go. So Plague is up and running. So that's new. That's new. Right, we start with that one. And we're going straight for Nurgle Authority or Experience for Marauders. That's what we're going for, because we want to get our army up as quickly as possible. Let's just check our victory conditions as well while we're here. So we need to hold Middenheim, Prague and Kislev. So they do want us to go into Kislev as opposed to go west further into the Empire. That's interesting. Middenheim not that far away, but they actually do want us to go after Kislev. Interesting. Okay, short victory achieved, Winds of Magic bonus. No problem. Okay, well, let's go after this first army. Right, so it's a decisive victory, low casualties. They've got swordsmen, not worried about those, crossbowmen and cavalry, Empire Knights, and a mortar as well. So we're going to have to be careful of that. So I'll have to think about how we do this one. Don't underestimate those crossbowmen. So we need to get engaged with those quite quickly, but we're going to have to watch out for the cavalry on the flanks. We want to be in a bit of a long line as well. That will help us with the mortar so that we don't blob up too much. Okay, right. Let's just move them back out of the way. Right, I want Festus and I want the Exalted Hero here. I actually want my giant in the middle. And then I'm going to put
No fear, no regret.
2 Marauders on this side.
Warriors of Nurgle.
2 Chaos Warriors on this side. With a unit of Marauders here. Let's have the Trolls here. And
Warriors of Nurgle.
great weapons here. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of anti-large, but that's fine. And I'm going to put the hounds in the trees. Channel some magic. Okay, what is the Nurgle ability? It's minus 45 speed, minus 45 charge speed. Will spread to enemies within the spread range. Okay, that's okay. It affects up to 5 units. We did get +1 on our Winds of Magic. Let's get that. Let's start the deployment, start the battle. Up we go as quickly as we can. And let's keep you guys moving up through the trees. Trolls, we're going to slow down a bit. Certainly don't expect Nurgle armies to be particularly fast right now. Though we do know that Marauders will be slightly faster than our Chaos Warriors. Right, I'm going to send the Giant now straight in, along with... So you're going to go straight after those. Right, the Trolls I want straight into the Cavalry. And then I want these 2 Marauders into here. I want those Warriors of Chaos into there, along with those and these 2 here. Let's move the Warhounds up here just a bit further. Let's see how tough this giant really is. He is fast. He's faster than I was expecting him to be, I have to say. Those crossbows early on are hurting him. Alright, cavalry are coming in. They're going to go after our Marauders. Hopefully that will lock them in place. The cavalry have switched to Festus. Causes damage. Right, what have we got? Melee attack. Like so. Let's reduce the melee attack on these.
We are the foul.
Keep going. Where's my dogs? I want you to go after those. The giant doing his thing now.
Sickness personified.
Good. Get into the crossbowmen, please. Let's try and get them out of the way of those knights onto the mortars.
Ready to defile.
Go, go, go. Come on, get out of the way of those knights, please. That's it, go after those mortars. The mortars we're in. Into there we go. Right, what have we got here? That was nice. Let's reduce the melee attack of those knights. Giants in there as well. Let's have the war dogs go and finish those off. Good. Alright, he's running. Let's get them after them. Trolls keep on the cavalry. And they're all running. They're all running. We just have to finish off as much as we can. Fortunately, there's not a lot we can do to chase down the cavalry. Giant making progress there. Festus is actually catching up to that lord. See if we can slow them down a bit as well. Good, those crossbowmen getting pounded. Okay, let's come over here. There's not many, there's only one guy left there, so let's focus on taking down more over this side. We want to kill as many as possible so we don't have to fight them again. Go after here, please. And we can speed it up. Getting rid of the crossbowmen, definitely worthwhile. And you can see here how good the warhounds are at taking down those fleeing units. Don't think I'll get there in time for this one. No, that's it. A decisive victory, which is a good start. 74 losses, 520 kills. And you can see the warhounds there with exceptional amount, but of course nearly all of that was from chasing down fleeing enemies. So yeah, we can see that a missile resistance is definitely going to be key as well, both for the Giant and Festus. So we'll be looking to see what we can do there. Interesting we start with the Giant. I don't know, I just don't know how I feel about Giants overall. Okay, Souls, Army replenishment. We are going to take the replenishment. We are going to take the replenishment. We get fire resistance from a Dragonbane gem. We now do have enough for our growth, so we will take that. Festus there, he now gets Root Marcher and boost the training, because training is good. We've got a commandment available as well. And like a lot of the Chaos, Warriors of Chaos factions, we're going to stick with the corruption to start with. And we're now going to see if we can take down Krudenwald. And again, we've got one unit of crossbowmen, some spearmen, and the swordsman. So we just need to keep our giant away from the spearmen as well as the trolls. So we want the warriors of chaos, and so I might actually hold the trolls and giant back a little bit, and then we'll make sure we get engaged with our infantry first. Okay, right then. So let's have our infantry running across the front here, like so. Festus and that there. Trolls behind. Giant. Where's the swordsman there in the middle? Like so. Warhounds out on the flank, like so. Channel some magic. And we get a bonus. That's solid. That is absolutely solid. Let's move these right up. Let's slow you down. Let's get you over here. And we're going to slow the giant down as well. See, they're reforming before we get there. Right, what have we got? So we've got one sword here, two spearmen on that flank, right? So you're going after that one. You're going after that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. They will rot. One. The Leechlord. Okay. Good, they're moving in now. That's solid. Right, warhounds. Get them coming in from behind. Okay, let's reduce their melee attack. And let's bring you into those guys. We've got the warriors of Nurgle with great weapons over there. We've got the warhounds into the back of the crossbowmen. That will hurt them. Warriors of Nurgle! And yep, they are breaking very quickly in the middle. Crossbowmen have broken. Send the war dogs after them. Spearmen have broken. And all that's left is these guys. Okay, we can speed that up. And it's done. It's done. Let's see how many we can we'll get. Warhounds finishing them off. Not sure we can catch these guys, to be fair. In fact, let's send the warhounds over here. Got the trolls dealing over there, giant chasing those guys down. Keeping the healing on Festus, which is not a bad thing. There we go. You can see how quickly those warhounds deal with that. And we're done. There you go, another decisive victory. 16 losses this time, 519 kills, absolutely fantastic. And the trolls there with 105 kills, which is great. Anything we can do to boost their XP. Want to get them up to armoured trolls as quickly as possible. And we get the Berserker Sword, a great first turn. Now, there's no trade resource here, but we have no vassals, right? Which is one of the things. We have no vassals. So, what do we do? I think we occupy it. It's going to give us infections. We could sack it. No, I want to get rid of this faction, so let's occupy. I think that's a good place to start. Not having any vassals. This is going to be a real interesting play of Warriors of Chaos, because we're so used to just having a lot of vassals early on. So you capture the thing, Dark Fortress, you get a whole bunch of vassals. We don't have that this time. Right, we don't have those vassals, so that's going to be interesting. Normally, I wouldn't take a settlement unless it had a trade resource or a Dark Fortress. Now we have to stop them taking it back, but we still don't have great city building capabilities, right? So nothing else we can do here, but warband wise, nothing. What do we get from no regiments of renown are currently available? Right, gifts. We can get some Nurglings. Well, why not? And there you go. We've got a whole bunch of so we can infect Festus. So let's infect Festus with casualty replenishment rate. Like so. Good, so he's got plague on him, that's got a plague on them, and ready to end the turn there. There you go, that is turn 1, ladies and gentlemen, turn 1. Lots going on, especially with all these plagues. But yeah, not having a vassal, I didn't actually consider that when I was looking at this early on. It was like, it's going to be same as always, just a different lord. No, there are no vassals. There's only one Dark Fortress to have. So what we do want is we don't have enough because I want to... Also, I do have enough. Sorry, I want to get here. I want to get a Chaos Sorcerer. Right, recruitment. That's warband upgrades. Warband recruitment. No units available to recruit. Oh, no. Right, let's move here. Good, so they already have a plague on them as well. Still no warband to recruit. Okay. So this is a Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties. We do have the Shatterstone ability. They do have 3 units of crossbowmen, but I think we can do this. So let's go. The sooner we get Hockland down and out of the way, the better. But yeah, I just hadn't considered that. That's a really interesting point. So no vassals, and it definitely seems like we're light on ability recruit right now. Whereas I'm used to having, almost a full stack by now with having been recruiting straight off the province. And there's nothing there. There's nothing to recruit. That's really interesting. So far, Festus is playing completely different to how all the other lords play. Right, so what have we got here? So at the moment I'm thinking playing right in the corner, Shatterstone Nat Tower, maybe that one as well. Yeah, that one's much more heavily guarded. So it's definitely this side. It's definitely this side. So I want the giant, the trolls, Festus, and the Exalted Hero, backed up by Warriors of Chaos, Marauders, Nurglings, and right at the back here, the War Dogs. So we can see we're trying to avoid those towers as much as possible. We're going to channel the magic. And we get lucky. That's the third time in a row. And we've got a bonus to our magic, which is great. Right, start our deployment. Start the battle. They're going after that. And let's shatter this one. So there's one tower. So I am going to have to take this tower. I might not actually, because once you get in close... Actually, I might be able to go straight for the wall. Once you get in close, you're well out of... Look, if you look at the... where this is... So actually... We need to get these guys in as quickly as possible to get out of the range or the arc, the firing arc of this. So they've actually pulled off the wall. I'm going to shatter the wall here. And we're going to go straight in over here. So I might have to go straight and fight those swordsmen first. Okay, Festus and the Giant did make it through. Okay, let's get some magic down on these guys. Okay, so they're pushing through, which is good. I want to come through the gap. And then when I can see an opportunity, I want the War Dogs to come through and start engaging a crossbow unit. You can see if we had a sorcerer here how much better that would be. Giant there doing a good job of clearing that out. Right, I want Festus and the Exalted Hero to go after the enemy general. Interestingly, they didn't go through the gap like they were asked to. I'm going to send the Warhounds after these guys. Good, they're still trying to hunt him down. Let's have the trolls go after the crossbowmen. Be good to shut them down. And the trolls are pretty fast, right? I want the giant to go over there. Let's have you guys go over here as well. Good, the Warhounds are now going after the crossbowmen. You come over here to deal with them. And they haven't taken down the enemy leader yet. You'd have expected them to do that by now, but they haven't done it. Actually, let's bring you back over here. Alright, that leader is fleeing. So let's have you guys come over here like so. I want the trolls to continue pushing on here. And I want the warhounds to come over here. Well, the giant's continuing to go after them, so why not? Why not? See if you can finish him off. It's really hard to select a flag. Right, so these guys are about to literally get destroyed. Enemy Lord is dead. Up here we go. Warhounds, up here as well, please. You can hunt some units down so they don't turn back on us. In fact, that unit's shattered, so let's go after a unit that's not shattered. Change Festus to healing. Giant, come up here, please. Trolls, go into them. Right, they're shattered, so we can go here. And we've got this. We've got this. No problem at all. So they're all running. So after here. So this is nearly done. And there we go, that's captured. There we go. Let's reduce your armor piercing. Oh, can you not get the range? No, it doesn't look like it. Interesting. Let's do that way. So Festus magic, it's okay. It's not brilliant right now. That's the only thing I would say, is that he's not very good at dealing with big clumps of enemies, like with damaging spells. So, which is a shame. A lack of cavalry right now is also not great. Okay, we are slowly capturing that section. We can capture this one maybe. All of that helps. In goes the giant. Good, you've won here. And we've won overall. And there you go. And that's it. Done. So I definitely think we did better than the auto-resolve. But Festus there took plenty of damage. So as we said, he doesn't appear to be as tough as the Archaon Kolak. side of things. To get 94 kills. We were running him for quite some time with the damaging ability as opposed to the healing. Trolls, as always, doing well. Yeah, interesting. From a siege perspective, more armoured trolls, maybe. More armoured trolls and maybe a boosting of Festus. Not Festus, of the Exalted Hero will help. Okay, so we can occupy, subjugate, sack, or... What are we going to do here? I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to sack it. There you go, we've got the Chaos Steed. And then we're going to occupy it. Like so. There you go. A settlement receives the plague. Faction destroyed. Good. Right, so yeah, I think that's the one thing, is economy right now. Not the best. What are we going to boost? He doesn't, yeah, he's only got a magic line. Okay, so let's boost his magic then. So Children of Nuts, so that's replenishment hit points. Stream of Corruption, that's a teardrape attack. That's a boost. Armor 60, melee damage reflection, that's quite nice. And this one is anti-character direct damage. Ooh. Let's have the hit points. Hit point replenishment is always good. And let's go for extra armor. Extra armor is always good. The other thing I need to check is details. So yeah, Festus does have both of the abilities. That's good. Right, we'll have the corruption element. And we can now have a new plague. So let's have... let's have missile resistance here. Right, so there you go. Symptoms -10 for infantry units. Okay. So we've only got one symptom up there, so I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, right. Okay. There you go, so we can see the plagues. So this doesn't have a plague anymore. This will infect Cruden Vault. Huh. Can't put one in there right now. Okay. Fair enough. And let's end the turn there. So yeah, still learning how this plague stuff works. Also, the question is, where do we go next? Brass Keep receives Plague from Hergig. So Festus Palsy is what's going around at the minute. Okay. Warband recruitment, not a lot. Not a lot. Ouch. But we can make them armoured. Ooh. That's interesting, right. Well, let's go back over here. So Festus has Festus Pox. Whereas I want this one. I want the casualty replenishment. Okay. We got the symptoms here as well. Infect Cruden Vault. Attrition when under siege. Let's have this one. Let's leave it for now. Right, so brass keep. I'm going to, actually, no, I've got, that's 4,000 to get more favour. So I'm going to wait till we get more favour, because we're going to need this soon as well. So let's wait for that. What do these give? Marauder Horsemen. So that's a trade resource. Casualty replenishment. Unlocks warband recruitment marauders. That could be useful, you see. Let's do that. That could be very useful. We're just not getting the warband recruitment that we used to with the other Warriors of Chaos. You know, I'd expect to have a much bigger stack by now. Varied troops, trolls, and all sorts, and it's just not there. We did get technology research, that's good, plus 25% for Marauders. Settlement receives a plague, that's good. Hergig receives a plague. Okay, right. Warband recruitment there, so we can have that unit of Marauders. Good. Okay, right. Middenheim is a dark fortress. Middenheim is a dark fortress.
Physician of blight.
I think what I want to do here is I want to go down to Middenstag, take that out, and then go across to Middenheim afterwards and take that as a dark fortress. So let's do the research. Yes, because I want to get to these other ones here, right? So let's do that. Let's leave the plagues right now. Gifts of Chaos. Nothing here that I particularly want, I don't think. Nurglings and Plague Bearers. $500 to activate, upkeeps 50. Let's take it. Gaining some troops right now could be useful. So let's take that. I want to go after Middenheim. I want to get rid of Todbringer, and I do want that dark fortress. Okay, this will be a decisive victory with low casualties, so that's fine. So what's my thinking on this one? I want to lead with the demon units, so I want them front and center, and that's because I don't really care about them, and if they die, they don't have the same sort of upgrade that you get with the other units. So where are the plague bearers? Here. Like so. Nurglings. Like this. Giant is out on the flank. I don't want him out on the flank. Trolls are out on the flank. Don't want that either. Okay, let's channel some magic. We've been lucky with our channeling of magic. We've been getting plenty. And as we say that, we jinx it and we lose 5. Holy moly. Let's move you guys up. Let's move you guys over here. Right, I want you into here. We want... Oh, you've got a steed, so let's slow you down. Trolls and Giant need to slow down. Let's tie them up there. Them up there.
For destruction.
Let's just put you in here, you in here.
Marauders of Norgal! At once! Plague Father's vanguard!
Giant in there. Trolls in there. Festus into here. Good, we infect those guys, and in we go.
Let there be rot! Exalted hero.
Bulldogs. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. It's like they're breaking already. Okay. Let's finish them off.
So be it!
See what else we can pick up. There we go. Trolls have caught up with those guys. And that'll do it. That's a result, guys. That is a result. 9 losses. 9 losses. So happy to lead with the demons overall. They just don't have the upgrade path, right? So that I want to preserve my marauders way more than the demons. Okay, so let's sack. We can't occupy. That's okay. Boost the training a bit more. All the other thing we've got is another weapon. So we can give the Sword of Might to our exalted hero, like so. Building upgrade. I do want that. I'm not going to go for it. We're going to wait. We're going to keep focusing on our brass keep. So we're going to end the turn there. Okay, we'll go back into here. We're going to have to refight the battle. Normally I would auto-resolve this, but we're not auto-resolving anything. Channel the magic. Start deployment, start the battle. We're just going to rush forward on this one. Really not too worried about this.
Urge to defile.
This should be very, very quick. Exalted Hero goes in. Ooh, trolls have stopped. Off you go. Why'd you stop? You're moving. Okay.
Festus.
Very nice. And now we can speed it up. And it's done.
Exalted Hero of Nurgle.
Speed it up. And this is the thing, guys, like, even if you want to fight a battle as well, and like, so if you want to reduce your casualties and you don't want to click the auto resolve, but auto resolving everything, you know, it's obviously quicker, but you can still speed up your battles quite a lot on things that are easy like this, and still minimize your casualties, and you can just play it at that faster speed. And that is a good way of still doing it quickly, but still not having to suffer the auto-resolve level of casualties, right? That battle took a couple of minutes, right? It's no problem at all. 0 losses, 279 kills. So something I definitely recommend is that if you are, particularly in the early game, where you're trying to hold on to your army, reduce casualties, you can play it at that faster speed. So there you go, Middenland taking a pounding. So we will occupy the garrison this time. There you go, we got ourselves a spell shield. And we are going to occupy that. There we go. Spell shield, which is armor. Now that I will never turn down. Let's have... So that was if we want to... As a passive ability, so that's regeneration. Let's have anti-character. And we do have the spell shield. So melee defense and spell resistance. That's very good. Okay, Midden Stag. Let's see if we've got anything we can recruit. We can recruit another unit of Marauders. No gifted. No religion. For now, Warband upgrade. Well, I can put that unit of Marauders. I do like to make my Marauders shielded early on, because it just means they're a bit more survivable until we can make them actual Warriors of Chaos, which we're working on right now. We're going to hold off building anything, so I want to upgrade this to get more favour, because we'll soon need 5,000 for this one, right? So we're going to hold off on that. Plague-wise, see, we're starting to get symptoms. I don't want to infect the Brass Keep. I want to infect Midden Stag. Let's infect Midden Stag with this one. Base weapon damage for non-Nurgle armies. That's pretty nice. Okay, that will do. And let's end the turn there. Oh, we're starting to see the Nurgle corruption take effect. There you go, look at that, the actual forest, and that's starting to sort of go brown. That's pretty cool. It's not... It's obvious, but it's not quite as obvious as like you see Slaanesh. It's like bright purple, right? Or the lakes and rivers of blood that you get with Khorne. So Midden Stag gets its plague. Crudenwald gets a plague. Okay. Nothing else we can get here. Now, this is a potential issue, right? Because that's a solid army. It's got Toadbringer in it.
Possible. Death before life.
We just don't have the army.
Dark apothecary.
Right, but he's got plague. Let's siege it.
All will rot.
Let's see if they'll come out as Pyrrhic victory. Casualties are high. I'm gonna siege it, and it goes to show how different the campaign is, because normally I just go around and start just destroying all of these, but I think we're going to have to siege it. I think we're going to have to siege it and see how it goes. Right, let's end the turn there. Will they push out? Yes, Pyrrhic victory. Casualties are medium. So those are the reinforcements. Okay. Let's give it a go. Let's have a look at the map. Okay. So my thought is send just my Lord and the Exalted Hero, maybe the Trolls and Giant, to go finish off those two very quickly. And then get ready for the reinforcements and try and crush the reinforcements against the back of the map. That's the plan. That's the plan. Right, so let's have you guys like so. You guys like so, you guys like so, like that, with do you know what, I might put Festus over here. Yeah, I think that would do. Channel the magic. Do we get lucky? Yes, we do. A little bit of luck. Never hurt anybody. Right, let's go after that archer unit very fast. Right, I want you guys like so. With you guys like this. You guys like this. Nurglings like so. Festus in the middle. And war dogs like this. I'm going to try and trap them as they come in. Right, we're going straight after this archers down here.
Show me blood.
The good thing is these units aren't slow, so they can deal with this, and then they can get back over here very quickly. Good, they've broken. Go after that. Trolls, just chase them down to shatter them, please. Come on, chase them down to shatter them, please. Don't just stand there. Right, await the reinforcements. So we've got, basically, I've got the Nurglings whose job is to basically just sit there and tangle them up as they come onto the field. We've got our anvil here. We've got our flanking marauders. Here come the enemy reinforcements. Let's bring the trolls back now. Okay.
Taking action.
Off you go. Finish him off, please. Engage them.
Time to move. Kill them all. We bring ruin.
Okay, right, we want this one. Stream of corruption. Right, where's the character? Enemy character, Toddbringer. Magic like so. Good, off you come. Actually, that's a spearman area, so let's bring them into here. Right, war dogs, I want you to come over here. And we're going to try and hit the back of those crossbowmen.
Brothers in decay! Infection! Annihilation! Dr. Festus!
So let's get that stream of corruption in there again. And let's have the exalted hero over here. So I'm just trying to weaken Toddbringer right now. Into here, I want to try and get those dogs into those crossbowmen. They're starting to break here, which is good.
Exalted hero of Nurgle.
In comes our giant. Good, he's going into the middle of this, staying away from the spearmen where possible. Now we're going to wait and see. I need this one, which is 16. One more. Come on, one more. There we go. On Toddbringer. In you go. There you go, Toddbringer's running. And off they go. So, the downside of not letting them come on too far is you can't chase down the units and envelope them. But at the same time, I didn't want to get in a protracted fight and take too many casualties. So it's a bit of a balancing act. I wanted to push them off rather than, because my plan is to siege them for a little bit and make them just easier so that we'll have less casualties overall. And there we go. That is the battle done. So a close victory, but actually I kind of felt we did better than that. 72 losses against that force. And the enemy has taken a pounding. So they've still got plenty of troops left, but we've definitely pushed them to a point where they might not or may well not come out from that siege again, and that'll make them very easy then to siege out and then destroy without taking too many casualties in return. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So army replenished. Do we even need to do that? I might take the souls and the favour, actually. So there we go. We get a zealot, chaos and divided corruption. Yeah, okay. Brass Keep's got a plague. Wax and wane, leadership. So we've got plagues going on everywhere. So there you go. This is the end of the first episode. A slightly long one, but first episodes tend to be. We are currently on... let's have Stream of Corruption. We're currently on turn 7. We have defeated Hockland, which is great. So we've defeated Hockland. We've taken the Hockland province. We've got plague spreading everywhere. We're trying to learn the plague mechanics. Still trying to learn how that works. We have got Boris Todbringer under siege. We've just defeated him. And we'll take Middenheim, which is a Dark Fortress site, very soon. And being a Dark Fortress site, that's really important for us. Are there any other Dark Fortresses that we can see not in the nearby vicinity? So that's going to be the key one for us to start with. As we consolidate our hold on this area, we're going to have to build that Dark Fortress up quite a bit, I suspect. So we'll have 2, the Brass Keep and Middenheim, to consolidate our power in the centre. We are surrounded by enemies. Overall, so far my feeling with Festus, Nurgle infantry, pretty strong. Seem pretty tough. Festus seems very squishy, like squishier than Azazel, definitely. So we're just very much using him as a support character right now rather than getting him fully involved in the combat. Don't really want to lose him because I think he could be critical in that supporting role. But what we will be doing next is getting ourselves a Chaos Sorcerer, bringing him on board. So this is a very, very different campaign to any other Warriors of Chaos campaign so far. No vassals, very difficult to recruit warband, not many warband out there. And in fact, if we look here, just some dogs. So difficult to recruit, no vassals, and yeah, completely different way of playing Warriors of Chaos. So if you like to play Warriors of Chaos but have a different experience, this is definitely it with Festus. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like, give it a thumbs down. Let me know in the comments down below why, and then we'll look to see if we can improve for the future. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to see more, click that subscribe button. It is free for you to do, and it means a huge amount for me, so thank you in advance for that. You've been watching The Ghost Style. This is episode 1. Tune back in for episode 2 of our Festus campaign. I'll see you on the battlefield.